What's going on, everyone? Back with another episode of the Dropping Knowledge podcast. I'm your host, Talon Sai. I'm joined with the co-host, the OG, Mr. Rhodes.
How you doing, little dumpsters? Just so you all know, I am wearing a mask, and Talon can confirm.
I can confirm.
So if any of you contract COVID-19 via the radio wavelengths that are out there, you know it didn't come from me.
We're sitting legit like 6 feet apart across this big-ass dining room table.
All right, you might have gotten it from me now because it came off. I have to drink my whiskey and ginger.
Tilt your mic up. People can't hear you like that.
Oh,
there you go.
I'm sorry. Hello.
There you go. Oh, man. So it's legit. It's probably been over a year since we did one of these.
Since I lived in Bethlehem. I wasn't married yet, didn't have a dog yet, didn't have a house yet.
Was any of that stuff in the works? I think some of it was.
The wedding might have been.
But like, did we tell the people?
No.
Obviously they know. There was no video of your wedding. It was just kind of.
Just there's old fashions on tap.
Oh,
so.
the bachelor party.
The bachelor party. People knew from the bachelor party,
Yeah.
but there's old fashions on tap. So I mean, you can't blame us for not being coherent enough.
So going all the way back to that, how was the wedding? Was it good time?
You know what they always say about your wedding? How like you don't really get to experience it. That's very accurate.
Because you got to talk to a million people.
Talk to a million people.
Time.
Everyone told me, "Oh, make sure you eat." And I made a point to multiple people to, help me make sure I eat.
But if I remember, you didn't eat at all.
Did not eat. Did not eat. I had a liquid diet that day. Did not eat at all.
The liquid at the wedding was pretty superb.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that.
It was some good liquid.
If one thing me and the Mrs. Rhodes pride ourselves on, it's the alcohol consumption.
It was good.
Quality alcohol consumption. So, and
it was one of those weddings where you didn't there were no table assignments or anything. It was just an open place to dance and hang out, and it was like a lot of hors d'oeuvres.
Yes, I didn't want it to be stuffy. I wanted it to be a party, and that's hopefully what it was.
That's how it should be.
Although that night got away from me.
We
went to the casino. We got out of the Uber at the casino, and the recent Mrs. Rhodes was way too inebriated, and she said, "I can't do this." And we got
Let's
right
go
back
home.
in the Uber that drove us to the casino.
And this is at that was what, 2 a.m. or
Probably something like that.
I brought my van to the wedding, and I slept in the van at the
parking
hotel,
lot,
in the parking lot of the hotel that everyone else stayed at. Good times.
Yeah, life comes at you fast. What can I say?
So you got married.
Bought a
house, which we are at
Bought
right
the
now.
house about 6 weeks before the wedding. That's my biggest advice to all you younger dumpsters out there. Just buy the house and get married all at once. You want all the stress. You want to get aged 10 years in 2 months.
It's like the presidency.
Yes.
Like,
just do it all right then and there and get it over with.
They serve one term and then they have gray hair.
Now it's just all downhill. Now it's just drinking whiskey and petting my dog, and that's kind of what life is now.
Speaking of that, we just got a lot of whiskey. We'll talk about that later. There's a lot more to catch up on. Yeah. This is going to be a whole episode about you because my life has not fucking changed.
And your
in
life's
the
been
slightest.
out there. I've been absent from the internet. I apologize, dumpsters. I'm sorry.
It's good though. So you got married. You bought a house. You have a dog.
Yeah, he's the light of my life.
He's pretty. I hear him eating out.
He is. He's eating his kibbles. He got him blue buffalo, the organic dog food. That's the kibble they eat out in the wilderness.
The only dog food made with 100% real
kibble.
Salmon. Oh wait, is that the shit that we ate for Tessie's the one time?
No, those are the treats. Those are the treats.
That was fucking awful, by the way.
Well, he's very happy. Here he comes. Hi, Graham.
What's up, Graham?
He's very fluffy. He's a
super
cockapoo.
fluffy.
He is 5.5 months old.
So he's like 1.5 feet tall, and he's just a big fluff ball. What's up, buddy? How's it going? He likes licking people and jumping up on them.
Yes, he does like to jump. I apologize for my training.
Where does that bring us to? You have a Peloton. I'm looking at the Peloton right now.
Yeah,
That's a life event, right?
My wife's a big exercise enthusiast. She really responded well to the commercial at the Super Bowl that not many people enjoyed. It resonated with her.
The one with the chick from Black Mirror.
Yeah, it resonated deeply with her, and no, she had been thinking for about a year to get a Peloton, and we have one, and it's downstairs.
It is kind of cool.
It's very cool.
I rode it for like a minute.
Yeah, I did about 3 rides. There's some, for those of you guys out there, there's some instructors that are pretty motivating. Pretty motivating.
Previous steakhouse employees.
Yeah, pretty motivating people that you can watch for 20 minutes, get all sweaty,
Yeah.
And they can say, come on, let's go, in my British accent.
Keep
And then,
going, harder.
Yeah, harder, harder. You can keep going. But yeah, we're Peloton people now, so if that can tell you how bougie we are now.
I didn't realize you had to
people.
buy your own shoes.
Yeah, they clip in. They're not great to walk across hardwood floors. They're not the most ideal, or tile.
I feel like you would slip.
Worried I'm gonna crack the tile every time I step there. So,
you go to the fridge to get a glass of water or something.
Nice glass of water post workout.
You slip and.
But what I
shit.
like to do is just declip for the 3 times I wrote it 2 weeks ago. I like to declip before I get off and then take them off. But yeah, we're Peloton people. I never thought I'd say that, but yeah. The wife's been looking for about a year. With all of the craziness going on, she decided she was going to buy it when I was still working a lot.
Yeah.
My hours have been cut in half, and the day I found out, I was about to tell her my hours were cut in half at work. She preemptively said she had some news for me and that she purchased a Peloton. So the day my hours get cut in half at work is the day my wife plopped
Spent a lot of
down
money.
$2,500 on an exercise bike. So just what timing.
Oh, great. I love it, honey. Also, I just got kind of laid off.
Working 20 hours
sort of.
a week now. Oh, well. Collecting that sweet, sweet stimulus money, though.
So that was a quick 5-minute summary of Rhodes' life now. We're back to normal now, I think.
I'm still bitter. I'm still angry. I'm still upset about
You're
things.
not. You're not.
I have a little
front.
bit more perspective on stuff now, I think. A little bit more relaxed now, but the things I get upset about change, like people not following the speed limit around my house.
Yeah.
People not coming to a complete stop at stop signs near my house.
It's all petty stuff.
People
right now.
letting their dogs walk through my little side yard over here just gets me very upset.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Put up a fence though, right along the sidewalk? You look like an asshole if you do
Now
that.
that I have a dog and I walk a dog, one of the things that is the most upsetting to me are the people who put up like the no pooping or peeing in this yard. Like, I can control when my dog pisses.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I'm out for a walk. We go for a 2-mile walk. I'm sorry, he pissed in your yard.
Like those are people who just straight up hate animals.
Yeah.
Which I'm not a huge animal person. I never had a pet really, other than like
animals.
a fish.
Big animal guy.
But yeah, I fucking love dogs. It's just like you kind of have to, because
I clean up my dog's poop. It gets upsetting.
Poop.
Well, sorry, I say poop.
That's a
instead of
Pennsylvania
poop.
Dutch thing.
Whatever. But I'm walking my dog around and I see all his poop everywhere, all over the place. Just giant, human-sized dog turds.
Yeah.
Like people that walk around their German Shepherd. Come on, people. We're better than this.
That's like
Here
Sasquatch
he comes on
fucking
cue.
shit.
We're better than
On
this.
your
We
front
clean up our
porch.
poop. It's like when we go grocery shopping. We return our carts.
A lot of people told me to get a dog while I was like traveling around in a van and stuff, and it sounds great. Sounds great for sure. However, think about, like, put yourself in that situation where you're on the road, you got to stop every fucking hour or something like that. Let
for
the
a
dog
puppy-
out
for a puppy you
for a
would.
puppy. If I have to fly anywhere, can't just leave the dog. Like, you gotta. It's just not.
We did get a very cool thing. My grandmother bought it for us. You see it right there on the corner. It's
Yeah,
a
what the fuck
squeeze
is that?
water bottle. It has a bowl in the top. and
Oh,
you
yeah,
fill
yeah,
it,
yeah.
And you squeeze it and it fills up. So like, we'll take him for like a 3, 4, or 5 mile walk.
And just bring that with
He
and
gets
give him a little.
He starts panting heavy.
Yeah.
Squeeze it. Get some water for him. He loves it. I don't know if you can hear him growling.
He's like chewing on a rope right
He's
now.
playing tug of war with me. But yeah, it's cool for him. And like for like car rides into home, like an hour away, we can do that.
Oh
So.
yeah, that's perfect.
But yeah, I don't know. You could be like Steve-O. Didn't Steve-O get really fucked up on drugs and then get sober and then was driving around in a van and adopted a dog or something that
Yeah,
he found?
like it was like a homeless dog.
You could do
I
that.
think.
Just look for a stray dog and get it.
He was like out on the street, or the dog was out on the streets when he was in some other country. I don't think it was here.
Nah, he was...
Graham is going hard on the rope right now.
I don't know if you can hear that.
You might have been able to hear that. So, other than life updates, which we did on the last episode a fucking year ago, we're in the midst of a global pandemic.
Global pandemic.
I always think it's just like,
No.
it's literally, it's hard to comprehend that it's fucking everywhere.
Yes.
Like everyone, this is the world has been unified that when we've been alive. I can't think of another time when in history, you used to be a history major. Mm-hmm. Was there any other time that something has sort of like affected everyone where we all have something in common? Because other than this, like
Shortly after World War One, the Spanish influenza is
Okay.
probably the closest thing, and it
Spanish
killed a
flu.
lot more people. But it was pretty similar because of all the GI. Well, I guess they didn't call them GIs back then, but all the soldiers all in one big area, going back home and spreading all this flu everywhere, and it really did kill lots of people.
But there was no instant communication like there is today.
Oh
so
yeah, so there's nothing in our times.
We're more unified now than anyone has
the
ever
closest
been.
you could even say is like SARS. You could say mad cow that was in the UK, bird flu, but really that was minor. And I think that's part of the reason why, and I think we're going to talk about this a little bit, but I think that's part of the reason why people are minimizing what's going on right now, because we've had other things that are, similar, but I mean, really SARS killed what? Hardly anybody in the U.S.
Yeah, not compared
mad
to what's
cow
going on
was
now.
not, so they are similar flu-like things, but that are not nearly on the same level as this.
Like death toll and everything.
Maybe I have the perspective now because even though I'm not a healthcare worker, I work in healthcare, that I can see a little bit more of what's going on. But
yeah,
this is craziness.
I just keep looking forward to the time when it will eventually get to the point where we can go, oh, remember last month when we weren't allowed outside? Or I don't think the recovery is going to be that fast, but remember last year when we were fucking stuck inside and we couldn't go anywhere and everything was closed down? I want to get to the point where everyone thinks that we were overreacting. Because that's when you know that it has kind of calmed down. Like right now, we went out earlier to the grocery store. We have to wear fucking masks.
Yes.
The line to check out was the entire length of the store because you have to remain 6 feet from everyone. And I respect that shit. Whatever. If following these guidelines makes things better, and obviously it works to some extent, but if that's what we got to do, I'm fucking doing whatever you guys tell me to do because I want to get this shit over with.
I think that there's two parts to this. One is that this is kind of obviously outside of the COVID related things with wearing a mask and all that. This is kind of how a lot of the rest of the world lives. Where I walk in a grocery store.
That's how it fucking should be,
but
honestly.
How a lot of the rest of the world, in terms of, I walk into a grocery store and guess what? It's not packed to the gills of every item that could possibly be here. There's some empty spots on the shelves because that stuff gets bought out, and it's not like I have crates and crates of it in the back. A lot of the world lives this is a specialty item that comes in once in a while.
That's true.
I think
the paper products. So I luckily
boggles my mind.
Have not had to get paper towels or toilet paper or anything because we just shop at wholesale places. Mm-hmm. But we walked past the aisle today, and you didn't even look at it, but I looked down. I was like, holy fuck! There's a whole aisle with nothing in it except plastic cups.
What really hit home for me when this first started was Mrs. Should I call her by her name or no? Mrs. Rhodes and I were
I don't care. She was in the videos.
Went grocery shopping, and we just had our regular grocery shopping list. And this was the first week that this stuff kind of started, but not really yet. And on our shopping list, we had bread and milk and eggs and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then we were down to our last roll of paper towels, and we were almost out of toilet paper. So that was at the bottom of our list of what we needed. And we walk in, we go to Wegmans near us, and we walk in, and there's zero paper product. And we're just oh yeah, I forgot people were being crazy because no one.
But why hasn't that replenished?
Yeah,
I don't
know.
I don't fully understand.
But I guess we kind of knew that
it
it was gonna go a direction where it was more like this, but also it hadn't really hit home yet that this is the new reality. We ended up going over to Target, and the only thing they had left was the 48 roll thing. Yeah. And we're just are we gonna be these people right now? Yeah. And we were just there's no other option, so I guess so.
Yeah.
So
and then you're good for a while after that.
Yeah, but what I've heard is the problem is there's people who are stockpiling shit because that way they're not when this happens again, we're going to be prepared.
The thing is, it's been going on for fucking what? Over a
6
month
weeks?
and a half now? So you would think that would kind of die down. How much fucking toilet paper can you keep in your house?
Here's part of where I sound kind of like a hypocrite with all this. This is very serious, and I'm taking it very seriously. And
right.
I don't think that reopening everything is the best policy right now. Okay? But
But
relatively speaking, the mortality rate is relatively mild in the grand scheme of what could happen with the disease.
Mm-hmm.
And if this is a precursor of something that would come later on that would have a, what is it? What's the mortality rate? 2%? 1%? I don't know. Whatever it is.
No,
it's very low.
I think it's even less than
it's
that.
Very low.
It's
very low. Let's say we get to a disease that it's a 25% mortality rate, or even a 10% mortality rate.
We're fucked.
Well, we're fucked, yes. But what's people's reactions going to be then? You saw how people act now, right? And I think we're doing the right steps. We're doing the right kind of stuff. But you can see what people are doing with food. Yeah. I saw a woman who had 2 carts with her at Wegmans. Now, this is absurd and idiotic what she did. She had 1 cart full of family packs of chicken breast, literally overflowing the cart. Mm-hmm. And she had another cart full of overflowing gallons of milk. Probably two of the most perishable items.
Yeah.
Fresh chicken and milk.
Stupid.
You know, like just the lack of understanding of what's going to get you through or what the situation really is.
I don't think we can truly understand what 25% mortality rate would be. So 1 in 4 people die.
And that's
I think,
okay. That'd probably be rare, but let's say 10%.
Right.
Let's say 1 in 10.
Yeah, but at what point do we close down everything? Because if we would have closed down everything from the beginning, I think this would have resolved itself much quicker. Mm-hmm. But you can't do that because then everyone is pissed off, everyone is out of work, and whatever.
So let's bring it back to.
But if it ever would get to that point, it's gonna be fucking exponentially worse.
Let's bring it full circle. Let's come back to. And
let's get off this topic.
No. This is what I talked about. I posted something on Facebook, and I shouldn't have. I know better. I'm about to delete my Facebook because I'm tired of people.
Yeah, I would delete mine.
But I essentially, said, if the plight of my generation is I have to sit inside, I have to watch Netflix, I have to play Xbox with my friends, I have to get Uber Eats to drop food off at my door.
I'll take that.
Then so be it. When my grandfather's generation went to Vietnam and his dad's generation was storming the beaches in Normandy. Mm-hmm. In the grand scheme, not so bad.
Right.
What we're going through right now. Something else that's like a 1 in 10. Okay, we can talk about that. We can cross that bridge when we get here. I know people are out of work. Guess what? Signing up for unemployment is very easy. I did it. I got partial unemployment. I'm not ashamed to admit it. If there's a government program and I've been paying into it every paycheck I've ever gotten since I was 13,
right.
Guess what? I'll collect it for 6 weeks while I'm on reduced hours.
No one should feel bad about that.
No embarrassment about that at all. I've paid more than my fair share.
Especially during normal times.
Paid more than my fair share.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't think you should feel bad about that at all.
But yeah, just people wanting to reopen every business as usual. I get it, and I feel for small business. My dad is a small business owner. Luckily, it's pretty much just him. He can do whatever the hell he wants when he wants to do it. I feel it. I understand it. But in the grand scheme of things, you're putting a lot of people at risk. And I think what people's issue is, it's not about you. It's not about you putting yourself at risk. It's about you going out there and doing your stupid shit and then going home to your family, to your mom, to your dad, to your grandma, to your grandpa, to your wife, to your kids. You're putting all of those people in the line. And that's part of where I think I've changed a lot in the last couple of years, is that I'm more concerned about my loved ones than I am just about myself. Maybe getting married changed me, made me soft. I don't know.
You fucking soft.
But I'm more concerned about what I do to the people I love than me wanting to be able to go to the bar again or going out to dinner again. Or, so
I don't even like doing that shit anyway.
Well,
let's just take all these regulations. The 6 foot rule. I'm here for it.
Forever.
Stay the fuck. Yeah.
What's that dude? Fauci, the head doctor guy under Trump says, let's never shake hands ever again. I'm here for that.
Oh, dude, I'm cool.
Need to shake a hand.
Let's make fist bumping normal, dude. You know I'm cool with that.
I forget who I was talking to about this. Thinking about it now, look at all the things you see on a show you watch.
Yeah.
Like an old show you watch. And all the stuff people do, like touching each other and shaking.
It weirds me out
when I watch it now, I'm just like, oh. And you don't realize how much it
Yeah.
Yes, this is not a minor thing. This is the mortality rate's low.
No,
you might get sick.
I think about that all the time.
But you look at it now,
too.
you're like, how many times did I put myself at risk to even get a stomach bug? Or by high-fiving someone or tapping someone on the back. Like, it's just weird how your perspective changed on.
You watch a movie when people are like hugging, and I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, look at that. These people are like really
Dude,
close to
get
each
back
other.
up.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. But I don't know. Let's fucking get off this topic because this is all that's been on everyone's mind.
I just had to get it out.
Yeah.
Had to get it out. So.
Here's a segue. This could be a good topic of discussion or not. Okay. What was your car before your Volkswagen? Or is that you have a Jetta now? Is that diesel?
No.
Okay. Did you have a TDI before?
No.
You never had a diesel vehicle? Okay. Then this is a bad topic then.
Did you watch that thing on Netflix?
No. Oh. So since the last time we recorded the podcast, I got my van, which is diesel. And I don't know if you've ever pumped from a diesel pump before. They're the fucking dirtiest pumps.
Well, all things about diesel is disgusting.
But like when you go to say any Wawa, you go to Wawa, gasoline pump on the left, diesel pump on the right. Just fucking look at the handle of that thing. Mm-hmm. It's the most fucking disgusting thing ever.
In soot.
I guess because it doesn't evaporate like gas does. But I fucking put that on the list of like podcast topics because it was the most fucking like jarring thing I've ever seen. I would like pump gas and my hand would be covered in just fucking disgusting like black sludge.
Well, that's diesel. I don't know what to tell you. It's gross.
But it shouldn't be like that. I
sent you a picture.
Just really weird.
So this is like right when the podcast we didn't do it again. Yeah. I was always sending like pictures or texts to Talon about shit.
I have one of those things on my mind right now.
I sent him a picture of like at a Wawa somewhere where I went to pump gas, and before I put my credit card in,
this is what I was gonna.
The last person before me, their
you said they pumped 89 cents.
Yeah, it was like 89 cents, something stupid. And like think about this a year ago, before gas is now under $2. That was what, a third of a gallon?
Yeah.
What could you possibly? Were you putting that into like your RC
your weed
car?
Whacker.
Yeah, your weed whacker, your remote control car. Or was it like you were down to your 89 cents and you live a half a mile down the road and you just had to get home?
So someone went and swiped their card or went in and gave them $1. Right.
What?
So I put that on the list, actually. I don't have it written down here, but I have done that in the past because I ride a motorcycle. So like I don't have a fuel gauge on my bike. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's getting low or not. So if I stop at a Sheetz, I have maybe not fucking 89 cents because
top off,
yeah, just top off. But like if you fucking unscrew your gas cap, you can see how much gas you have. So to just go and
like literally, how long would you have had to hold the thing?
It fucking makes no sense.
I don't get people, and I guess from where I grew up in Hamburg, Pennsylvania, which is, do we already out where we lived? Yeah, but anyway,
Hamburg.
That there's not much going on there. We're not in a really metropolitan area. And now I live in Easton, near Easton and Bethlehem and Allentown.
Crayola factory.
I get to deal with a lot more of city folk, let's say, for lack of a better way to say it.
Yeah.
So like you see just ridiculous shit from now and then, and it's just like 89 cents. What could you have possibly used that for at a gas station? I don't get it, but
fucking nothing really.
People.
Complete change of subject. Did you see the other day what the Pentagon released?
About UFOs?
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
So I pulled the Discord. I was like, what do you guys want us to fucking talk about? Shout out to the Little Dumpsters on the Discord, by the way, on Patreon. Love you guys. So I read like 2 snippets of like the press release of like everything that's going on. So basically they released something of 2 videos
I
from
only watched
2017.
one of them. It was like a minute long. Maybe there was 2 and they spliced them together.
Yeah, probably.
But
they said it was just there are UFOs. So UFO means unidentified flying object, which a fucking kite could be a UFO. If you see something flying, you don't know what it is. Oh, it's a fucking UFO. So like,
I thought you said a derogatory term for Jewish people there, but you said kite, so it's okay.
Kite with a T. But yeah, I didn't understand the whole like bombshell shock. Like everyone was posting about it. I saw like at least 10 posts about it.
So
let's get back to a podcast that we did a long time ago.
Yeah.
Extraterrestrial life is 100% 99.9999999.
It's out there.
I am 100% in belief that there is something else. We talked about this.
I've had a lot of thoughts lately. I watched a show on FX called Devs. It's on Hulu.
Okay.
Basically, it's a show, and it's obviously science fiction, but it's a show basically saying with like quantum mechanics and all that stuff. They built a supercomputer that could do, for lack of a better way to say it, like predictive analytics on every particle in the past and future. So how it's interacted and gotten to where it's been. So they could watch basically on a screen like
the whole
Jesus
universe
on the cross. They could watch dinosaurs.
Okay.
They could watch a Neanderthal in a cave painting a cave painting. Whatever, right?
What is this, a documentary?
It's
what
called
is it?
Devs. No, it's a fictional show, but it's kind of based on quantum mechanics. It's not
Okay.
real reality, and it's very
It
far off.
sounds like
It's
it
very
could be.
far off on science.
Okay.
It's not really accurate, but long and short is I've really thought about a lot of this. If for those of you dumpsters out there, if you know one thing about me, I like to think about things. I like to think about stuff
Right.
and chew on it and process it. And it got me thinking about stuff. Aliens, 1,000,000% is certainty.
Yeah.
The universe is so big that it is a certainty that there's something else out there that is alive. The more and more I've thought about it, the more skeptical I am. The more I understand
More skeptical you are.
the math and the physics and the logistics. I am by no means some math wizard, but the
No.
more and more I start to understand what the really smart people are saying about what the math and the science and the technology would take for even something 1 light year from here to get here.
Oh,
And then for us to be
you're talking about something visiting us.
And then for us to be
Okay,
able to
okay.
capture it on camera, I really don't think it
Okay.
has or will ever happen.
Okay.
While I get and there's a very big piece of me that wants to believe that.
So
what we
you're
just got released-
talking about an extraterrestrial being.
So kind of going to what
visiting us.
Well, kind of going
That's-
to what these UFOs
yeah,
are
yeah.
that they got on
Yeah.
camera. A very big piece of me would love to believe that something was here. I think that would
Right.
be very big. This is gonna make me sound like a hippie, whatever. Very big for our species to frame into perspective that there is in fact something else out there that is not just us, but rationally, scientifically,
Seeing
I find
something
it
here.
very, very hard to believe something not of this world made it here. And if you listen to the video of the,
Yeah.
dude, do you see that down there?
I haven't
That
seen that. I
guy
haven't seen
caught
that.
it on tape. Very hard to believe.
That fucking guy who's
Very
out
hard to
in
believe.
southern New Mexico near the fucking
guess-
caverns going, oh, dude, yeah,
And
we've been
some-
hunting aliens
Yes,
for the past.
and some of the stuff and it was people from our military that caught it on camera. It was a military jet that saw it. But what I would also say is, for decades, what we've been testing as a country is a decade at least ahead of where we are. By the time it becomes operational and manufactured and produced, it's already way outgunned by prototypes.
And
by the time it goes into real manufacturing.
Yeah, and there's
So-
stuff that like civilians that we are just having access to now that's been out for fucking
And
15, 20 years.
For those of you that are super into this, I will plead my ignorance. I don't know what the speed of the thing was they caught on camera, for sure.
They said it was
I don't
going,
know
like-
what the physics of how it was moving were.
it would have been like Mach 1 or just
don't
under.
understand that. I don't know what it was. But I'm just saying, in terms of me taking a step back and looking at it from what's rational and what would I like to believe happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that in a larger sense, a lot of people could take into account. Take a step back from what you really want to think or what you're already preconditioned to think and go, what really is possible? That's what I'm saying.
This is a huge...
I know this is like
Like,
a galaxy brain thing. I know.
This is a
I
big
know.
woke podcast.
But I spend a
now.
lot. I don't know, man. I really think that people who focus their lives on really like, this is maybe sound like an asshole, but like terrestrial things, like
You are.
no, like terrestrial things, like politics or whatever. Who fucking cares, honestly?
Right.
And I know a lot of the people that watch your videos are very pro certain people. I'm not going
The
to say
thing is,
names.
if anyone is listening to this podcast right now, chances are they might be political in some sense. But if you're actually listening 30 minutes into a podcast about what the fuck we've been talking about, you got enough sense of humor and you're fucking chill enough
%.
to not take offense
I guess
to that.
For me to think
Fucking InfoWars type of people.
Anyone that's into politics enough to really think that their guy is good is not someone I want to spend my time talking to.
Yeah.
They're all assholes.
You're picking
They're all
the best of
Here's
the evils.
Here's
basically.
what I say every election, right? And I'm not gonna. I lean right. Okay, putting that out there.
Same.
Largely in my life, my political view is the government should leave me alone. You don't have any business monitoring this or monitoring that or governing that.
Agreed.
Okay, right.
That was the whole point of coming here in the first place.
Yes, exactly. Right. So just to put
To
that
America,
out there
by
in
the
the
way.
open air. But here's what I'm getting at. Every election, every presidential election since I've been 12 years old or older,
Right.
I would say, honestly. When it comes down to the two they're getting voted for, my first thought is, these are the two. These
Yeah.
are the two people. So right now, however you feel about either one of them, I have my opinions on both. If I really had to vote, I would probably vote for Trump if I had to vote.
I don't think I've ever felt that. Maybe because I was too young, but I didn't really feel like that. Like, really, these are the two until the last election. The last election, I mean, obviously the most extreme election we've ever had.
Even, you know what? And
But
this will
like,
probably piss a lot of people off. I didn't mind Barack.
Who did
didn't
he
mind
run
him.
against? Was it Romney or
Obama? Yeah, he ran against Romney, and he
Okay.
ran against, I don't remember who he ran against. McCain.
McCain?
Okay.
Yeah.
But whatever, regardless. Barack was a very good speaker. Whatever.
He's
He
a
was,
fucking
He was
cool
very
president.
pragmatic. He was very just middle of the road, I thought.
Yeah.
But
Not a whole lot changed under him, which is
those are the two things I would say. One, who are the two people we're picking for? These are the two best people in the world or in the country to vote for.
yeah.
Because here's the real thing. Anybody that's smart enough that should be our president is smart enough to know they don't want that job. One. Look at what it did to Barack. He went
Yeah.
from looking like he was in his 40s when he got elected, right?
Look at fucking
He went
Trump
from-
right now.
Barack went from looking like he was 15 years
Yeah,
younger
we
than
were
what his
just
actually
talking about
age
this.
was to looking 60
Yeah.
in 8 years.
This is like
He
getting
aged
married and
30
buying a
years in
house
8
in the
years.
same 6
Yes.
months.
Number one,
Don't do that.
they both suck, no matter what. So if you're naive enough to think my guy is great and your guy sucks, well, then I don't want to listen to you. Okay? My other larger point is, regardless of whether your person wins or not, so Trump got elected. Talon, can you answer me? In what material way, since Trump has been elected, has your life changed?
Literally any candidate.
What has happened?
Any candidate
In the
could
last-
have gotten elected. And
In the last 4 years, what have you noticeably noticed different about your life?
So I have thought this for a long time, and I've never really said this, but I'll say this now. Doesn't matter who got elected. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Guess what?
Hasn't affected me.
Guess what? The right wants more control in their way. The left wants more control in their way. They both just want more control of minutia that will never directly impact you until 50 years from now.
I'm not saying this to sound like an asshole. However, I'm fortunate enough to be in a position where a lot of the stuff that goes into place does not affect me very much.
And this is an argument again. My wife is left leaning because she's a woman.
My
and
girlfriend is
here's
very
fair.
left leaning.
And
Yeah.
here's the thing. This is going to sound sexist, and I know it's mostly guys listening. Women tend to be maternal,
Crazy.
no, not crazy, more compassionate, more empathetic.
Yeah.
They consider other people's things more. And what she will always say to me, which is a fair argument, is yes, but you are a white male from America.
We have it good.
Yes.
We have it good.
As Creed Bratton said, I won the lottery. I was born in the good old US of A, baby.
And a white, middle-aged white
You know,
dude.
we do have it very good. So yes, our
For
life
sure.
has not meaningfully changed, and it probably won't no matter who gets elected. And I get the people on the fringes it affects.
The only time where I would be affected by some of that stuff is when it comes to stepping on the big freedoms that. So obviously,
course.
I'm very Second Amendment oriented.
I am too.
I think it's super important whether you're into firearms or not, because
I don't own any, but I don't think it should infringe upon my right to own one if I want one.
And if no one in the country had firearms, and then right now the government was like, if you fucking step foot out of your home right now,
We're gonna line in the streets.
we're gonna shoot you.
Yep.
Okay, well, hey, don't you wish you would have some fucking protection then? So like, I think more people are becoming quote unquote woke right now to the fact that like people didn't really care about government stepping on their feet, but now when it's affecting their lives way more than ever, they're like, oh wait, you took away this freedom and that freedom. No, now I need to stand up and say something. Like I need to do something about this now. So we're going on a fucking tangent here, but
no, but I agree with what you're saying.
It generally wouldn't affect me who would be in office. Obviously, I'm going to lean a certain way, but to me, it's always a fucking, you just got to pick. It's choosing between
South
two
Park
evils.
put it best.
South Park always puts it best.
There's an episode where they're choosing a new mascot for the school.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the options are a giant douche or a turd
turd
sandwich. And Randy Marsh says to Stan, don't you realize, son, it's always a decision between a giant douche and a turd sandwich. So please just don't ever think otherwise. All right?
And that's why, like, people who are hard leaning in either direction.
I can't.
Those are the people who can't have a discussion like we're having right now.
I lean towards the logical, reasonable response, and largely neither party. If you think
I'm different on every subject.
And to think that there's someone that captures what you're saying,
you are fucking dumb if you think that.
Here's how to show you how big of a fraud politics are. And we'll move off of the politics subject.
Yeah.
Because I'm not big into it. My life has gotten much better the less I've paid attention to it. However, I still somewhat try to keep it to right.
Just to know.
Here's how to show you how big of a scam it all is. How different in what they talk about are Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders. Even though they're of the same party, how different were what they wanted. But they still
debate each other.
They debate each other, sure, but how different were what they wanted? Were the things they wanted?
Not a whole lot.
Kind of. Bernie wants everything for free. We'll forgive this, we'll forgive that.
But when Bernie stepped down, he's like, hey, we don't agree on everything, but I'm going to agree with what this fucking guy's saying now.
That's my point. Bernie Sanders is as different from every Democrat there could possibly be. As different from the rest. In terms of what he wanted. Yeah. And I don't like him. I hate him. He's the 6th grade kid that runs for class president and says, let's have pizza for lunch every day.
Yeah.
Okay? Goes to show you how fake politics are. The moment he concedes, he says, I back Joe Biden.
I think
how big of a fucking sham is all of it?
I think it's because he's like, oh, well, my ideas didn't work and people didn't get behind me, so I'll get behind what we're doing. I'll get behind the lesser of both evils.
Don't want any of them.
I don't even want to talk about this, but that motherfucker Joe Biden can't even form a goddamn sentence.
Well, to be fair, Trump can't either,
But at least Trump's are entertaining.
I said this about George
Probably
Bush,
the greatest sentence that has ever been spoke, possibly ever. Other people have analyzed our sentences.
They're all around me right now. They're really great.
Yeah, they're really great. They're probably some of the best.
My thing that I will say about this, and I said about George Bush, I always say some people that whenever I talk about this shit, the one thing I don't like either of them per se, the thing I can respect, when they both talked, it was what they thought.
That's what's good.
People like Barack, everything he said, he read, which, whatever. He read it off a teleprompter. At least you knew when Bush and when Trump speak, whether they had a teleprompter in front of them or not.
Right.
No one wrote that. They said what they wanted.
Writes anything.
They said what they wanted to say. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. Right. At least they're speaking. They're shooting from the hip. Whatever.
All right. Let's get off of this. So this is going to be the good part of the podcast now. Oh, wait, let's go to the Discord real quick. By the way, what are we drinking today? We've been drinking a little bit. This is...
hold on, let me go look.
So I drove out to near where Rhodes lives. Old Forester, 87 proof, 86. So everything, all of the liquor stores in Pennsylvania are owned by the state. And... I'm not an alcoholic by any means. However, I enjoy beverages. 90%. However, again, when I'm limited to what you can buy at a fucking gas station, like Twisted Tea and Budweiser and Coors Light and fucking wine, it gets old real fast. And when you're locked inside, I'm like, hey, guess what? Your boy needs some fucking whiskey. So I drove out here to hang out with Rhodes from 6 Feet Apart, and we went to the liquor store earlier, which was a goddamn fucking madhouse, by the way.
It was for a little dinky, it's all right liquor store.
I mean, I guess a lot of people are doing what I did. I drove literally from where I live to this liquor store was an hour away, which is fine. Don't matter. But there's a lot of Pennsylvania plates there.
Lots.
Like, people are coming across the border. I mean, where we're at now
For
is like
full
5 minutes
disclosure,
away.
it's literally...
It was 8 minutes on a GPS from here.
It's 3/4 of a mile to the New Jersey border from here.
Yeah, not far at all. So I got 6 bottles of whiskey, one of them being Old Forester. Fuck, dude, we drank a lot of that already.
It's very good.
I'm looking at the bottle
It's
right now.
over half the bottle's gone.
Damn.
It's very good, very smooth. It's good in a whiskey ginger. I don't know if I would drink it alone.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it like neat or on the rocks, but I would probably just drink it mixed, but it's good.
If I had to put it on a level of shelves, I would put it around the Jack Daniels, maybe a little bit above that.
I would put it above Jack. It's like less bitey than Jack.
Yeah.
Like when you put it like Jack and Cokes or whatever, like sometimes for the amount of whiskey we put in our drinks, pretty good.
It is.
The other one we had was Cooper's. Cooper's was good.
Coopers is good.
Very
We
good.
got to get some more of that. That was
Old
good.
Forester and Cooper's, both
Yeah.
very good.
All right, so on the Discord, I asked, ooh, Mrs. Rhodes is here. Do you want to be on the podcast? No, you do. So we
wants to
came in
listen.
after the liquor store run, and she was yelling at us for being
Sorry,
too loud
my husband
on her
is
phone call.
exceptionally loud right now.
That's
on her
exactly what
Zoom
she
call.
said.
Hi, Graham.
Guess who's being exceptionally loud now? You're trying to work from home.
At 4:55, you're a school
It's
teacher.
5 p.m.
It was 1:30.
It's a Thursday. It's Thirsty Thursday. All right. Your bucket list. Your bucket list during quarantine of April. It's going to be May tomorrow. It's going to be May. I hate
My
those memes,
bucket
by
list?
the way. Yeah, bucket list.
What's
on
on
it?
my bucket list?
Right now.
For when?
For fucking...
For life?
For life right now. Maybe not life. Let's say 5 years. Let's say like within reach. So like 5 years is kind of...
So my number one thing on my bucket list, and luckily we're going to be able to go do this shortly here once things go back to somewhat normal.
Soccer.
Very much want to go to England. I'm a big Manchester City fan.
Okay.
I enjoy my soccer very much.
Okay.
I recently have gotten so bored that I have the Manchester City app on my Apple TV, and they allow me to rewatch old seasons worth of soccer. So I've started the 2017-18 season over again.
Do you get like hype when you watch that shit? Like old games? Because you don't know
the
what
wife,
happened?
do I get excited when it happens or not? Yes, I
Yes.
get very excited when it happens, even though I already know.
Okay.
So my number one thing is to get over to England, which we're gonna do, and go see my team play in Manchester. Hopefully, God willing, while Mr. Josep Guardiola is still the manager of said squad.
You're speaking French to me. I don't know what that means.
He's actually Spanish from Catalunya.
Okay.
But, okay.
Spanish.
But that's number one by far on my bucket list. And not even just Manchester City, but I enjoy it. European soccer. I want to go watch it over there. So that's far and above number one on my bucket list.
I told you I would do that for sure. I know
It's
you guys
so
are going for your
sick.
honeymoon, but after that, dude, I'm fucking in.
We could just go drink whiskey and room temperature beer
Bro,
and
let's
just
go to
get after
Ireland.
it.
I was in Ireland for 48 hours and it was fucking awesome. It was a great time. Dinner's on the way.
Been slow roasting a pork shoulder for
Ooh.
8 hours. Hell yeah.
On my bucket list is taking the van to 49 states and then flying to Hawaii.
I would love to go to Alaska.
There aren't many people who...
Gotta go in the van though.
Yeah. There aren't many people who have been to all 50 states.
Yeah.
At least that I know.
It's a lot of ground to cover.
Because it's like, okay, you're in St. Louis. What's the point of going to the neighboring state, which is right across the fucking river? There's no
why
point.
would I want to go to Iowa or wherever?
There's no point. So that's what's on my bucket list.
One thing I taught the wife about the Midwest is the chef. The
The
chef in the
chef.
middle of the country.
Oh,
From
Mimel.
Minnesota down to
Mimel.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
She had no idea.
Come on, you're a teacher. You know what about Mimel?
I was like, she's like, what's the
He
chef?
has
I
a
go,
name.
look at the top hat down to the feet.
Minnesota. M-I is
Illinois.
M. Wait.
Is it?
What's his name?
No, it's not Illinois. It's is it
Are
Indiana?
you sure? Is it Iowa? It's Iowa. It's Iowa because Iowa's his face.
Yeah, it's Iowa because it has a nose.
Missouri.
It's Minnesota, Iowa. Yeah, Missouri. M-I-M-A is
Arkansas, Louisiana.
And then fucking
Kentucky's the tray he's holding.
Tennessee is the tray.
Tennessee's the tray.
Kentucky is like a piece of chicken because it does look like a piece of chicken. It looks like a chicken leg.
You didn't, yeah, I taught her
What's his
that.
name?
Mimal. M-I-M-A-L.
Here,
So
look
you
at
know
the
the
map.
initials.
Mimel.
See, from Minnesota straight down to Louisiana. She
I
did
don't
not know
where my
that.
6th grade history teacher was.
I used to know
Maybe
every
that was,
state
like,
and
our
every
area thing.
capital.
Same. We used to do those fucking songs in elementary school.
Not even the song. There used to be a game you could play on the computer that would play in Mr. Weiss's physics class. You could click on the computer which state and ask for the state. You have to click on it and click on it and click. And you
All
do it
right,
as
I'm gonna
fast as
quiz
you
you.
could. All right.
You ready for it?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Minnesota.
Minneapolis.
Yep. Ooh. See, it doesn't like tell what is the capital of this state, but what is Iowa?
Des Moines.
That's what I thought too. Okay. How about Colorado?
Denver.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where the mint is as well. One of the U.S. mints.
What about Vermont?
Montpelier.
Mm-hmm. I remember that from the fucking Cheerios commercial. Do
My
you
wife
remember
is very turned on right now.
that? Very turned on right now. A lot of people, obviously, we're not going to get it wrong, but a lot of people get Pennsylvania wrong.
Harrisburg.
Yeah, everyone thinks it's Philly for some reason.
Used to be Philly.
It used to be Philly?
Used to be Philly. Used to be Lancaster or York.
Fucking Lancaster. Shady Maple was the
Hell yeah, it is.
was the capital of Pennsylvania.
I was in Blue Ball.
What about Florida? Miami.
Tallahassee.
South Beach, Miami. Kentucky. I'm going to go through the ones that I wouldn't know.
Frankfurt.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to find the ones that I wouldn't know. Alabama?
Birmingham.
No.
Oh, I don't know.
That
Tuscaloosa. No, not Tuscaloosa. That's where Alabama University is. Hold on. No, I don't
give
know.
you a hint. Starts with an M. It's a county in our state.
Montgomery.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known that one. Oregon.
It's not Portland, is it?
No.
Eugene.
Nope. Once I tell you, you'll be
I
like,
don't know.
fuck. It's a town also in Massachusetts where the witches are.
Oh, Salem.
Yeah. Anyway, that was completely off topic. What else did people say? Oh yeah, so bucket list. Someone said 15 bucket list items.
15.
They were referring to like the YouTube channel, like what do you want to do? But oh, here we go. What's happening at 500K or 1 million? Can we have a big fucking party? We haven't had a party for
Dude. You
for, like,
posted that
subscriber
video for my
milestones?
birthday on your Instagram.
Yeah, that was
What
10K.
was that? 10? That was 10?
Yeah, that was when you lived in
We
the
were
Beach
just
Palace.
kids. We were kids back then.
Yeah, like 3 years ago.
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
2 years ago.
The wife will give me a hall pass, and we'll go do whatever we want.
Can we get a confirmation on that?
She was quiet as she walked
Yeah,
to the stage.
she's real quiet. 500K.
Whatever you want, I'm there.
I think that'll happen.
So like 40,000, 45,000.
Yeah, 45,000 away right now. I think by the end of this year we'll be there, unless things like change. What should we do?
Whatever
Like
you
I've been looking forward to 500 for a while.
you pick, I'm there.
We should just like rent out a bar and
Get shit faced.
fuck yeah, like do what we would normally do anyway.
I'm down for that. I know Dave said something about skydiving this summer.
I mean, I'm down to do that.
I would
for
definitely
just like
do
a
that.
regular video. That'd be fun.
That's not a 500,000 worthy thing. That's just a regular video.
I feel like
worthy
it's
thing.
like too cliche.
Jumping
Everyone
out of
does
a
that.
plane.
Yeah, I feel like everyone does that.
I don't know, man. That's kind of trippy, dude.
I mean, I would
Trusting some guy named Shiloh to pack a parachute.
Shiloh.
Come on, man.
He sounds like a fucking base jumper
Yeah.
from Utah. Yeah, I think I think we could just fucking do it out here too. I think we should do it where we can have like crowd participation. Like there's a lot of Patreon people from Pennsylvania and surrounding areas.
Mm-hmm.
So we could do like meet up in fucking Bethlehem or whatever.
Philly or somewhere.
Philly would be fun. Just get a bunch of hotel rooms and just
Somewhere,
fucking party.
Get a big Airbnb.
When I lived in Boston, we used to have fucking boat cruises. They'd have a DJ on the boat and just go out and get fucking lit. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, I don't know. I guess that's what we'll do.
500K.
That's a lot of people. That's
We celebrated 10K like a fucking like maniacs.
yeah.
Like what? I don't know what I'm gonna
just
do for
fucking
500.
exploded.
I don't know what I'm gonna do for 500.
We're
Jesus
getting old
Christ.
now. It was fucking.
What do we have 100K too? What else do we party for? 100?
We did 50. 100K was at my house when we did mail time and shit.
Mm-hmm.
200 was in Miami.
So we had a couple of them at the Palace. Yeah, in Miami. Yo, I would
And
go
then
back
there
to
was, like-
Miami. I would go back.
Yo,
Hell
same.
yeah.
Just go rent a bunch of hotel rooms in Miami. I'd be fucking.
I'm in.
For like 3 days, 3-day weekend.
Not sleep the whole 3 days. Let's do it.
Remember those necklaces that we had?
Yeah, they were fucking sick.
They're good.
What was the name of the bar we went to?
The Cleveland.
No, the one at night that was all glow in the dark.
Oh,
Loved that bar.
fucking
Flamingos?
No, mangoes.
Mangoes.
Yo, mangoes.
That place was dope.
I only went there a few times when I lived there.
I
but-
missed the my favorite thing that we did was that bar we walked in that you were like was like a towny bar. That was a little like secret one that you walked into.
Oh,
And the door when you walked out was please be quiet, and I opened the door and go, ah! I just yelled as loud as I could. I would definitely do that again.
Man, living in Miami was fucking awesome. All right, let's see what else we could talk about.
What else did Patreon ask? Shout out to Patreon guys. Shout out Lunchbox if you're listening to that big dub last night. Hell yeah,
we
dude.
got a big dub in Warzone.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Rhodes for hooking me up with a fucking headset because my headset
doubt.
is from like 10 years ago.
One of the things I will say about COVID-19, it may make me a loser, but I'm definitely big on my Xbox now.
I mean, you're not even a
Reconnecting?
loser.
No.
That's just what you got to do.
My wife thinks I'm a loser, but
Man.
whatever, bro.
All right, I'm going to say one more question.
First Patreon
Go.
to ask.
The first one
To
that comes
answer.
in. The people on Patreon suggested doing this live. Like I could have just opened up my voice chat and had them listen to this
What a
whole
great
thing.
idea. You can
but-
open up your voice chat. We can talk to them after this.
Yeah, we can do that after. Dude, I gotta piss so bad.
Me too,
Fuck.
bro. My bladder. I drank enough whiskey gingers here to fucking kill Graham over here. Right, buddy?
Soon. Fuck, what else could we talk about? Let me see what is on my schedule coming up. I've been skateboarding a bunch lately. I never really did that before.
Thanks for the skateboard.
Oh, here's something for anyone who has watched or listened to the podcast all the way to the end. I got a new tattoo
Yes, he does. It looks very cool. Very cool.
that no one has seen. It's very visible, but no one has seen. You'd be surprised.
Looks very good.
You'll see it eventually, but you just have one tattoo.
Yes.
Are you gonna get like a face tattoo soon?
When I murder my first person, I will.
Once you start rapping on
Get a
SoundCloud.
Teardrop. Anybody?
Shit.
Nobody in the Discord answered?
No one answered.
Come on,
I didn't-
Discordians, you
I didn't
guys.
at everyone because I don't like adding everyone, but
What else did they ask us? Anything?
let me see. I'm going to go through all of them. I said, give me some questions for the podcast or topics. Bucket list goals for YouTube channel could be anything. Podcast with a live studio audience.
If enough people watch and like and subscribe to this, I would be here for doing a live one.
Dude, if I eventually buy a house like in the same area as us, we could have a fucking podcast studio where this is just set up permanently and we
Just
don't have
walk
to
in
struggle
and
for
turn
an
it
hour
on.
to fucking do it. Yeah.
Check.
That was it. Those were really the only two. Top things you want to hear. This one just came in from Grant. Shout out to Grant.
Shout out to Grant.
Ski boarder.
Oh, hell yeah.
Top things you want to do with the vlog fired up. Drinking, partying, concerts, etc.
Well, Talon and I he said he almost wanted to do a vlog today, but then realized people will be upset about us not social distancing. So
yeah, I mean, we're legit sitting like 6 feet apart right now. We've been wearing masks everywhere we go.
Yep.
I'm
willing to put my life on the line to be without a mask in front of a person.
I mean, it would be
That's my
super.
friend.
It would be super easy to fucking film videos like we did. Just like instead of going around Philly, go around fucking Easton. Or
I miss us
Bethlehem,
getting
whatever.
shit faced and just going around and doing whatever the hell we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that were the most fun to me. Like, you posted that picture for my birthday of Philly. Like, that day
That was a good
so much
day.
fun. Like, that was such a good day.
Dave almost made his way up here today, so he could have been here, but I mean, I'm still legit trying to be like kind of safe about everything, because the more we fucking are safe, the sooner we can end this.
Sooner
dumb
I can start
bullshit.
going out again.
Yeah. So I was talking about this the other day. Like, I don't give a fuck about going out to any local bars around us.
No.
However, because it's been so fucking long, I wouldn't mind going out on a Friday night and getting a fucking drink
Just having a drink and
at a
dinner.
bar in fucking Hamburg. Whatever. It's cool. Doesn't matter. But that'll happen eventually, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's it. I got to piss real fucking bad.
My parting gift for all of you dumpsters out there.
Let's
Be
hear it.
safe. Be smart. The smarter we are, the more rational we all are. The safer we all are, the more
The Super Woke
quickly
podcast.
that this will get back to somewhat normal. We will never go back to exactly what we did before.
And I'm
but
cool with that.
We will get back to very close to what we did before, much quicker, if you please. Just wear a mask. Just don't be an ass, is what I'm trying
Just
to
don't
say.
be a fucking idiot.
Just don't be an asshole.
Where can the people find you?
They can find me on Instagram at AMRoads27.
AMR Roads.
Shout out to some of you guys who have kept in touch, who've DM'd me, who like my photos, whatever. Okay. Twitter, ARoads27.
You on Twitter still?
Xbox,
tweet.
ARoads27. You know, come join us, get in a quad with
And
me and
then-
Talon and Dave. We'll get some dubs. Whenever Lunchbox can't be on.
And then follow Dropping Knowledge Pod on Instagram. I think that's it.
If
Instagram,
people like
SoundCloud.
this and listen to this, we can do this more often.
We could do this more.
Yeah.
Because this setup is super simple now. We just got to be together.
We've
to
had a
do
lot
it,
of people
so.
ask. My wife has asked. We've had a lot of people DMing.
If you made it to the end, comment chicken strips in the comments so we know you listened all the way to the end.
Chicken strips.
That's it. Chicken strips with your favorite sauce. If it's not Polynesian, fuck you. You're
fuck
dumb.
You. Go fuck yourself.
All right, that's all. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll talk to you next time.
Love you guys.